Okay, I have 24 cards here of various values, suits, and colors. And so let's go ahead and gather these. Now, since the two of us saw the cards, why don't we mix them? This is called the Charlier Shuffle. And so if you were here, you could tell me when to stop shuffling. Okay, maybe stop there. Okay, that's fine. And then it's never a bad idea to give the cards a random cut. Okay, and complete the cut. Okay, very good. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to deal out one card to you, one to me. We're probably going to keep, well, we will. We're going to keep your cards. Mine are going to be thrown away. Thrown in the garbage here. Okay. Okay, so these are no good. Okay, so it got down to 12 cards now. From here, what we're going to do is mix the cards further with a wonderful shuffle. It's called the Klondike Shuffle. This is where you take the top and bottom card off as one. A wonderful way to mix cards. Another great way to truly mix cards is the down under. Okay, so if you've seen other videos on my channel, hopefully I've proven to you that the down under shuffle is highly destructive. It will destroy just about any packet structure that you hope to preserve. It's like gone. Okay, and now what we're going to do is I'm going to deal out a card to you here, and then one to me, okay? Without going off the camera on both ends. Golly, that's my problem here. Okay, and then why don't we repeat that? So we'll do a little Klondike, kind of fun to do, Klondike Shuffle. The other one was the down under, makes a mess of things. Okay. Last one goes on top, and then, yeah, let's just do the same thing. We'll just deal out cards to each of us. Okay, there's 3 there, and these are mine. Let's do that a third time. Klondike. We'll do a Klondike, and then a down, under, down. Last one goes on top. And then I'll just deal one to you, one to me, one to you, and that leaves this lone card right here. Okay. Well, where has all of that brought us? Well, let's see what this card is to begin. Oh, that's nice. Ace of clubs. I don't know what the chances of that are. No flippin' way. An ace of hearts? An ace of spades? You've got to be... An ace of diamonds. How in the world did we do that? An ace of hearts and a... Wait a second. There's a 2 of hearts below there. Don't tell me there's something weird about these. There is indeed. What about these? There's no way these are nicely ordered. How in heaven's name did you do that? You had me stop Charlier shuffling at just the right time. I hope you have an explanation for all of this. That is absolutely mind-blowing. Okay, so how does this effect work? This effect requires a little bit of setup. So what you do is you put these cards right here in that order. Okay, so I have them on the left, and then I have the physical cards right here. And then from there, you need 12 random cards. Now, I have put these back in the order that I had them in the performance itself. And then from here, you just have one more step, and then you're ready to go. So all you need to do is take this set of 12, set them on top of the one above. This is the final step for the preparation. And then you just perform a Klondike, just one, a Klondike shuffle. So what that does is it puts the bottom half and the top half in a cyclic, an alternating relationship to one another. Okay, so that's what we need. Okay, so you just do that until all the cards are down. Okay, and so I can even show you. So this is what we began with, the very start. I haven't moved cards around. Now, the only ones that need to be in a special position is that original set that I showed you, the ace of clubs, 3 of spades, 6 of diamonds, and so forth. Okay, so they're alternating with 12 other random cards. Okay, so that's really where I began, and now I gathered those up, and then I mentioned that we should probably mix these. Okay, so from there, do you remember I did a Charlier shuffle, top to bottom, bottom to top, top to bottom. I'll include a link in the description below to the Charlier shuffle. You don't have to do this. It just gives the illusion of mixing the cards. Now, a little secret to accomplish what I needed was, because I did a Charlier shuffle, it's actually equivalent to just cutting the cards at some location. Okay, so that's what the Charlier shuffle essentially does. It's just like a random cut, okay? Well, to get back to where I needed to, because if I Charlier shuffle until you say stop, I don't know where we'll be, right, in this sort of cyclic arrangement, okay? So one little secret, once again, if you don't want to start the routine in the way that I did, I actually used a little breather crimp for the bottom card, which is the 7 of spades, if you remember, okay? And I'll add a link in the description below to a breather crimp. So what it allows you to do is you can cut to that card after this packet has been cut, right? What will happen is when you go to get back to the card on top that you want on top, the breather crimp will allow you to freely cut so that the jack is back on bottom, and then you set the other cards on top, and then you're back to the original arrangement of the cards, okay? And so from there, you're back to the original arrangement, of course, and so from there, all you have to do is deal out it to the spectator first, then yourself, spectators like this, and then just remember, we're going to keep the spectators' cards, or, you know, the pile up above. Throw these away, they're no good. And then this will actually be that special arrangement of the cards. In fact, you'll see it right now. Compare it to the left. That will be that special arrangement of the cards that we need before we go into the rest of the routine, okay? And the routine involved the same steps, which would make it easy to remember, right? You always do a Klondike shuffle. Do you remember that? You do a Klondike shuffle first, and then we follow that up with a down under, okay? And then after we've done the down under, do you remember what we did next? So after the down under, we alternately deal the cards, one to the spectator, so deal to the spectator first, which is customary, okay? And then one to yourself, okay? So you can go like one, and then one to yourself like that. Okay, and so these are the cards now that you're going to turn around and Klondike another time, do a down under, and then do a dealing 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, just like we did here. Now, of course, you can already see it's going to work for us here because this was the pile. You remember we had over here ace of clubs, hearts, spades, and then diamonds. Okay, so this is the final pile that we will reveal in the end, okay? So it has all of the cards that we want in the right order. And so if you just repeat those steps, this will work perfectly for you. And I also will include a link in the description below to my little series on card spelling systems, because it actually shows you the mathematics behind and teaches you how to create routines just like this one. So thank you for watching, and take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.